Hi guys, it's Belle here and it is time for the next card in the hashtag Full Deck Challenge 3, created and hosted by Shanuki Art. All links will be down below. I have a playlist, there's the link to her channel, and there's also her video telling you all about this challenge. It's her third year of doing it, hence Full Deck 3. It's my first year taking part. Yes, so do go and check those out. And we are getting on to the not just the collage, i.e. color, but also techniques. So this week's is pink and black splatters. So yes, let's get started. So pink's not a colour I work with a lot. I tend to do it more in challenges than in my everyday crafting. It's not a colour I enjoy. It just doesn't feel very moi. So, but as I've been through all my scraps, I have come across some pink ones, which is going to be great to put on here. And we're just going to get started. We really are. We're going to just put some down on here. And again, I'm going to leave a corner free. That's kind of something that she has been doing as well, but it's not compulsory as part of the challenge. It's just an extra little challenge to yourself if you want to do that. I've given myself several little extra challenges because that's just how I seem to be doing things. So I have different shades of pink. I have little dots as well. If you don't know by now, I love dots. I have this fun one too. So I think I'm going to actually cut this into the zigzags. And then we're going to get onto the extra bits because I'll show you what I'm carrying over from last week's, as well as I'm using 3 different things on mine. She is only using 1. That's all you have to use. You don't have to do 3. Kind of love that down there now, actually. So to just kind of tie in the black splatters, I am going to go around this in some black soot distress ink because I just feel like that will tie in the black splatters we're going to add. Got the little dots. Dot, 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 dot. I'm feeling I want this to be like the background, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Straight line-ish. So we've got the zigzags, the straight line of that. Normally I would rip and tear, but I want to do something a bit different today, this week. Yeah, I want to do it. I'm already thinking I might carry that over to next week. It really depends what the prompt is for next week. Did I just want a straight line? So better like that. I feel like it might go better that way, but then we're missing some up there. I just prefer it this way, and I don't know why. I mean, most of that's going to get covered anyway, so let's not play around, Belle. Let's just do it. So yeah, pink is not a colour I tend to gravitate towards. I didn't do that one with black, but I can fix that. But I have found in challenges like the Marguerite Miller or even in Junk Journal January, I tend to pull in things like pink. I think though these kind of challenges are great to try out colours and things that you wouldn't normally gravitate towards, especially if you've got some of the scraps. It's just fun doing something a bit different to your norm sometimes. Sometimes it's fun to go in your usual style, and sometimes it's fun to mix it up, and neither is wrong. So this is the sticker that I wanted to use. It's got the pink flowers on it. I'm just wondering if I want it. That would cover up too much of that dot, and I can't, guys. There's a lot of white. I want some of the white, but there's a lot of white around these stickers. And again, this is why I'm using these stickers in this challenge, because I have them, but realistically, most of them I'm never going to use in a project. They came with other things that I will use all the time, but not so much these. So the best thing to do in that case is to pull them out and try and use them in a challenge like this. So this is one of my 3 items that I am bringing in each week. So I'm bringing in one of these stickers. There's a lot of white on there, but again, we're going to cover a lot of this up. Could even use this in the next week's one. I don't think so, but you never know. I mean, that's so cute, just that. Hold on. I prefer this one. Okay, sometimes it's worth checking. One of you actually mentioned in a comment when I was talking about collaging and stuff that I often, when the Be Free prompt was part of this challenge, which is just stick something down straight away, don't overthink it. Hold on. I think I just accidentally threw away the other piece of this, which I will have to find. But you were saying that I tend to, because I was saying how stressful I found that I tend to still go with my first placement of where I put something down. So, you know, it's not too stressful. And that is very true. I do tend to go with my first placement. But sometimes I do change it. And sometimes you just have to move things around to make sure that your first placement was the right placement. Now, this is a die cut that I have. So you will see me putting in things. So this is like holographic. Can you see that actually one of the holographic images colors on here is pink? So I wanted to bring this in as well because I think that's actually quite cute. I am going to just glue this down. And then we're going to add some black splatters in a minute. And what I'm thinking is normally I would do them all over the card. But this time I'm thinking maybe I'll just do them in the background rather than have them too prominent. I love splatters. Splatters for me often add the perfect finishing touch to a piece. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to splatter now. I'm going to move everything out of the way. We're going to splatter. Where is my splatter paper? Here it is. Yes, I love splattering, hence all the splatters. And I'm going to just use some basic acrylic paint. I'm just going to put the smallest bit, because I really don't need much at all. Tiniest bit in there. Just water it down. I know most of you know this, but you never know if there's people new. And then I like to use a fan brush. I have a larger one and a smaller one. Look how watery that is. And yeah, I just like them. I think they get the best splatter. And then I like to splatter off first to make sure that I have the right size splatters that I want to work with. Okay, and that's it for today. Normally I would go crazy and I would splatter the whole thing, but that's it today. So I'm just going to dry these with my heat tool and then we can continue. Okay, so that's interesting. Because of the type of card this is, when I used my heat tool on it, it bubbled. I don't know if you can really tell, but it bubbled, and yeah, it's left a So that is interesting. It also seems to have dried the sticky on the flower. So I want this across here, and I think I'm going to staple it. I don't normally, but maybe. And my stamp, so I am using this stamp. I thought this is adorable. Look at that bird, and it's got pink in the background. Now I want some of that dot to show, but I also wanted some of the zigzag to show. But you know what? Now I'm not sure about the zigzag because I feel like I want the dot to show. And we don't even need the whole of the stamp. I'm going to cut this bit off, like so. I want that stapled. And then we could actually have the bit that I cut off the stamp going that way instead. So that's adorable. I need to use this. I need to remember I need to use that because that is my carryover from last week. So I'm just going to kind of glue this in the middle because right now I don't know where I'm going to add these. So I want to do that. We do have the number. I don't have to use the number. And this kind of is purple, but I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of lighter coloured on the side that almost gives me a pink feel. So there is that. I'm just wondering if that would look cute on there. And then we bring this in. I think that would, you know. So let's do that. Again, you don't have to, if you're pulling something over, it doesn't have to look exactly like it did on your other piece. So keep that in mind as well. So I used the number in the other piece, but in this one I'm not. I'm going to bring this in like so. I still haven't stuck this completely down yet, but I think I will now. Well, we'll think about that. And then I have this. As I said, I'm thinking I'm going to staple. I will glue it, but I think I might add a staple. I don't know. And I might bring in a little bit of ribbon, actually. And you can see that I haven't splattered on top. The splatter is just in the background. And I think that's working well. Normally I would splatter completely on top and all over. But this week I wanted to do something a little bit different. Now, I also have some of these pink dots that I must have cut out from things. And I was just wondering if these would work on here anywhere. And do you know what? I don't think they will, so we don't need to use them. We've got quite a lot up here, haven't we? We could bring in a little bit more of the zigzag. It only needs to be the smallest bit. A little bit. Oh, that's what it needs. This is kind of a pale... It's almost peachy, but it's got writing on it. I'm just wondering if I could bring up a little bit of that sticker, which I can. Yay! And I'm thinking of bringing this down into there. Yes, let's make sure the writing's the right way. I can't actually tell. It's faux writing, so it doesn't really matter, but I still want it to be looking a certain way. And we're going to bring this in to just cover up that little bit of space. So we've still got the suit and the number showing. but we have covered up that extra little bit of white space. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Now we need to add the word. So if you don't know, I have been adding the third thing that I'm adding. Sorry, I've just walked away a minute because I was thinking of adding some lace or trim coming off the side. I don't think I will. So I have been stitching, but I'm just wondering about bringing in staple, or whether I bring in the black stitching there. I feel like the black stitching will work up there. Let's put the word on first, shall we? I wanted to do free to fly, maybe. Oh my gosh, they all come off. Free to fly. Let's have a look. Let's bring it in. We could cut it. Okay, let's do this first. As I've said before, these are the Tim Holtz kind of, what are they called? Labels. You know, label words, like a label maker. But what I don't like is they have so much space at the top or sometimes on the side, and it's just a lot of plain black space, which is fine with certain projects, and then other projects for me it just doesn't work. So I think this should come in and go there, and then this can come in, go down there. Do we want it, or do we want it across here? I almost like it there. Okay, well, if that's where I like it, that's where we're going to put it. Okay, and now I am going to add some stitching. I have been adding stitching to most of mine, either hand or machine. It's not an extra. I'm not going to do it on every single one, but I just feel like it adds a little something to the piece. So I am going to go and do a little bit of stitching. Okay, so let me just show you what that looks like. I really love the stitching. I've done it on these two sides. I love the well, it just adds a bit of interest. It'll be interesting actually if one of the techniques in the cards throughout the year is adding stitching, either hand or machine. So this is my finished card. I think pink and black work really, really well together. So I do actually like the way this has turned out, even though I'm not a huge fan of pink. So we have, this is my piece left over from last week's project. My 3 pieces that I'm going to add to every project. We've got the stamp, the sticker and the words. I've also added the black splatters that were the technique for this week alongside the colour pink. So anyway, guys, that's it. I hope you like this one. As I said, please do check down below if you are interested in taking part in this challenge. These cards are so quick and easy to do that you have plenty of time to catch up, even though it is a weekly challenge, and you don't have to use playing cards if you don't have them. Check out Shanuki's video where she describes the challenge and the different rules and guidelines and information. So do check that out down below. Absolutely think this is super cute this week, and yes, please do like, subscribe, comment and share if you haven't already. Use the hashtag full deck or hashtag full deck 3 to see what everyone else is doing as well, and I'll be back again soon with another video. Until next time, guys, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having lots and lots of crafty fun. Bye for now.